We are the champions, say the Everton fans, and United's fans hoping their team can puncture the tremendous recession that Everton have had towards the honours over the last couple of weeks. Well, there's movement in the tunnel. There's been movement down there much earlier. Neville Southall, the Everton goalkeeper, was warming up down in that tunnel for 20 minutes. The two managers leading out their teams, with Dickie Bird, the FA official, ahead of them. Whatever you achieve in the game, I would have thought this for the managers must be the greatest moments, wearing black armbands, as you can see, in respect and memory of those who died at Bradford a week ago this afternoon. What a welcome! With Peter Willis, the referee from County Durham, bringing up the rear. There always seems to be a great affinity between these two clubs, and particularly between the two managers, Howard Kendall and Ron Atkinson, who believe in so much of the good things in the game, positive attacking play. Their sides really reflect that. And now, on the biggest stage of all, have a chance to show it to the world again this afternoon. Well, the atmosphere is more tense and the drama seems to be greater here as we await the start than it really was for Everton in Rotterdam on Wednesday, when they took that game by storm and won the Cup Winners' Cup. Guest of honour today, His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, who is the President of the Football Association, making his way up the red carpet, accompanied by Mr. Burke Minichip, Chairman of the Football Association, and behind him Ted Croker, the Secretary of the FA. And first, the national anthem.
The national anthem.
Everton, who are presented first, their captain Kevin Ratcliffe, introducing first of all the new footballer of the year, Neville Southall, the goalkeeper, Andy Gray there. Trevor Stephen and Graham Sharp with 30 goals this season. What a season he's had. Kevin Sheedy, the free kick expert, and the substitute, Alan Harper. And it's tough, really, when you think of the strong squads that both these players have got. The quality of the players who can't even get onto the subs bench in both sides. And the referee having a word with Paul Bracewell and Peter Reid and Howard Kendall. Well, he was here last season, and 18 months ago they were calling for his head. We just cheer his name. Howard's blue and white army. Brian Robson, captain of his country as well as his club. Gary Bailey and John Goodman. Mark Hughes, the young footballer of the year, and Arthur Orbiston, such a consistent player at left back. You look for the heroes and you look for the unsung heroes, and Orbiston is one of them. Mark Hughes, Jesper Olsen, the little Dane, in his size 5.5 boots. Big Paul McGrath, Norman Whiteside, only 20 last week, Norman. He's packed a good deal into the last 3 or 4 years of his football career. Ron Atkinson. Enjoying every moment of it, and why not? And of course, now being offered a new 3-year contract at Old Trafford, which he will be glad to accept. Peter Willis, a police officer from County Durham, strong disciplinarian. He was refereed here before in a Milk Cup final, Liverpool against Tottenham. And his 2 linesmen, Mr. Holbrook and Mr. Keane. At this point, Ian St John, very briefly, they just want to get on with it, don't they?
Oh yeah, this is the worst part now. You know, they've had the anthem, they've shook hands with everybody. Now it's a case of, come on lads, you know, let's get a little loosen up here, get the balls out. And that's exactly what United are doing. They're breaking away. And it's the 2 or 3 minutes between now and kick-off, you know, that the players want to get out the road as quickly as possible. Right, and get on with the serious business.
Right, let's have the teams then and take a check on both of them. Everton first of all with Neville Southall, who else in goal? Got a strong back for us. The side, in fact, that won the Cup Winners' Cup. Ratcliffe, Mountfield, Stevens and Van der Howe, who's playing his first game at Wembley. In the midfield, well, Stephen and Sheedy are there as midfielders, but they'll go flying up the wing. Reid and Bracewell so strong in the middle of it all. And up front, of course, what a combination. Sharp with so many goals this season, 30, Andy Gray with 14. Manchester United, Gary Bailey in goal for them. Referee, in fact, on the centre spot. Gary Bailey then in goal. Let's take this Manchester United team now, and they're back 4. McGrath and Moran. No place for Graham Hogg, who was injured. It's tough for him, one of these quality players who can't get in. And then in the midfield, no doubt that Robson and Whiteside will have so much influence. Strachan and Olsen will be doing the roaring down the wings. Up front, Hughes, what a season he's had. And Frank Stapleton playing in his 5th FA Cup final. Peter Willis then. We heard earlier in our programme that both the managers had had a jog this morning. So too did the referee. He went jogging around Hyde Park, and he's about to toss up with a famous old penny that he's got from 1963, which was the year in which he started refereeing. And as he told me this morning, I never for a moment dreamt that when I started in 63 that I'd be in a cup final at Wembley in 85. Peter Willis, good, strong referee. He'll allow no nonsense, and Brian Robson has won that first toss. Just before the kick-off, we shall have a 1-minute silence in memory of those who lost their lives last Saturday afternoon in that appalling fire in Bradford, and remembering of those who are left to mourn. It's a very strong link with Bradford this day. The FA Cup, in fact, that's being played for today was made in Bradford by Fattorini and Sons, and the first winners back in 1911 were, in fact, Bradford City. They beat Newcastle in a replay, and another coincidence, that was at Old Trafford, Manchester, the home of Manchester United. So before the action, we pay our respects for those who lost their lives last Saturday afternoon. Bannon that we saw, I think, says everything we need to say. The world of football sends its sympathy to Bradford. So it's Everton then who will kick off in an all-blue strip today. Manchester United in red shirts and white shorts. The team that are seeking this incredible treble are underway again. Both sides playing their 60th game of the season, when they're both mentally and physically pretty tired, needing to put in one big effort in front of this mammoth crowd here at Wembley today. It's a free kick straight away to Manchester United. The foul there by Graham Sharp. Gary Bailey. There's a foul on Stapleton. United want to take it quickly. Bracewell was back quickly to make sure they couldn't. Robson, number 7. Short to Strachan. Played in quickly for Mark Hughes. That's Andy Gray giving the first touch to Neville Southall. Slightly eccentric character. He doesn't drive, he cycles to work. He keeps that one old jersey, which he takes home and gets washed. Won't allow the club laundry to do it for him. But what a keeper. There's Albiston. Done well there by Stapleton, but Sheedy was in quickly for Everton, and Vanden Hauwe will get it back again to Neville Southall. Neville, in fact, who's for Everton been here 3 times and has yet to concede a goal. This is Whiteside. Jesper Olsen. And an offside, surely. Yes, against Mark Hughes. Just a little bit of jockeying for position, really, in these opening moments, Ian.
Well, that was a close one there, really, and Hughes is so sharp a boy, and Everton do push up, you know, that they have to be very careful, because a ball like that played through that gap, and he's onto it like in a flash.
Olsen. Moran to McGrath. Ratcliffe. It's Manchester United's throw, which John Goodman will take. Anyone who's volunteered to take any penalties if Manchester United get them, Goodman. McGrath. Good interception by Mountfield. Andy Gray coming steaming back. Trevor Stephen with the missed kick. Trying to make something of it with a header. Really competitive in these opening moments in that midfield, and another free kick given towards Manchester United. Kevin Moran here. It's incredible, really, when you think of the injuries that he's had over the years, and it's because of an injury to young Graham Hogg that Kevin has now found his way back into a cup final side. It's one of the little ironies of the game as Moran now takes his free kick. Flicked on by Stapleton. Whiteside trying to get in there, and corner given, and Southall is in trouble in the clash with Whiteside, as Whiteside went for that high bouncing ball. Ian St John.
Well, I did think it was a 50-50 ball, and I think the Whiteside was entitled to go for it. And the referee obviously felt that as well, because I don't think he gave the foul. Here it's coming up now, and we'll see. It was Norman got to the ball first, all right, hooked it over Neville's head, and the clash. I don't think there was anything malicious in that.
Well, he's moving a little more freely now, ready to take the goal kick himself. Moran beating Gray in the air. Robson dominant again. Vanden Hauwe Again, there was a clash in the midfield. I think possibly Reed and Whiteside. And the referee has given another free kick to Manchester United. Such a massive build-up in this game, and Ron Atkinson is one who feels that people won't be disappointed because there are so many positive players on both sides. Orbiston came off Olsen. 5 minutes gone. Olsen, who's got his mother and his sister over here from Denmark. And most, he says, of the little village from where he comes, they've left 2 behind to guard the village, he says. So there's quite a big Danish influence here at Wembley this afternoon as well. Ratcliffe's long free kick towards Andy Gray, flinging himself at that. It'll fall for Trevor Stephen, who's got Graham Sharp in the middle. Gary Stevens now comes for Trevor Stephen, jinking and bobbing and weaving. Gets it back to his full-back, Stevens. One for Gary Bailey to catch.
As it happens, it's a nice little ball to get, that, Brian, you know, one where nobody's come in to challenge you, and you can go out there, reach up, pick it out in the air, and it gives you a load of confidence that early in the game.
Kidman. Stapleton. Just in play, forcing it through to Little Strachan. Now for Brian Robson. Will he drive it from a long way out? Not with the venom that we saw in that semi-final against Liverpool. Free kick now to Everton. Being watched by Moran. Sharp, who scored here against Watford last season. The opening goal, Andy Gray got the second one. Stevens with the free kick towards Graham Sharp, but Bracewell tried to get in on the rebound. Reed is the man who comes for it, but again the whistle had gone. A lot of stoppages at the moment.
I'll tell you what I can never understand, Brian. The ball rolled down to the halfway line, right beside the linesman, and he never kicked it back. He just left it. I mean, I can't believe that, can you? Why doesn't he knock it back and say, all right, lads, let's get on with the game? Gordon Strachan had a word with him, actually.
So Everton with 7 appearances. They've won 3. Manchester United have won 5. Strachan. Whiteside's pass nearly falling for Gray. Jesper Olsen. Oh, very well watched by Gary Stevens. And a fine ball if he can get to Sharp, but McGrath was quick to spot the possibilities that were there for a moment for Everton. And then gets a goal kick. But some very good defending by Gary Stevens of Everton. You get the feeling that Jesper Olsen might just be happy in these conditions, on this big Wembley surface. But he was well watched by the number 2 of Everton there, who slung a really good-looking ball towards his big striker, Graham Sharp. And now Gray's jump, won by Alderston. In goes Moran. Stevens with Everton's throw. But a long one searching into that Man United box. Oh, just wide from Peter Reid. He's only got 4 goals this season and none of them in the cup. And after Bailey had come and hadn't punched it very far, Reid was there. And what an escape for United. Everton's first corner, first of the game. Trevor Stephen towards the near post. Again, Gray flinging himself at it and Sheedy's left foot, giving Bailey the chance to catch.
Well, Gary Bailey actually must have been told before the game, I think, to come for the long throw-ins from Stephen. And he came for that one, really only scratched at it, Brian, and very lucky Man United to get away with that one.
Well, here's Reid again, the man who really was unlucky. And it might fall for him. It has. Kidman's after him. And Kidman's in. What a tough little character Peter Reid is. He and Bracewell in the middle of the field, so competitive. And Vanden Hauwe, another long throw. Is Bailey coming for this one? He is, but this time with a catch. Stapleton, a clear header for him, just as it was for Mountfield above Mark Hughes. White side to Olsen. And after that, he says to Alberston. Gary Stevens there as well. Young man who's forced his way into the England squad, and in the opening 11 minutes of this cup final, you can see why. Strachan. Olsen. Cut out again by Stevens. Strachan. Moran. Ratcliffe readjusting well, got his header in but didn't get much ground on it. Kidman curling it in, a good one. Oh, for a moment Southall hesitated, he came and he hesitated, and either Hughes or Stapleton could have got a little touch there. Splendid work though by Kidman, and an escape for Everton. Good ball in by John Gidman.
Well, I did say before the game, Brian, and on the ball, that I expect Gidman to do that kind of thing, get down there and knock some good balls into the box.
Hughes. Vanden Hauwe couldn't stop him, and Robson has now got Hughes on his way again. Again the low cross coming in, that time met by Mountfield, supported by Ratcliffe, and whacked away towards Sharp. A foul by Sharp on Moran and a free kick. Moran towards Stapleton, nodded in nicely. Can Hughes get in? But the whistle must have gone. Gray's header. And one by Stephen. Sharp. Alberston. Vanden Hauwe. Everton's throw. A throw by Gary Stevens, and Gray for a moment looked as though he might have got in behind Manchester United. Knocking it about with great confidence at the moment, Everton. Vanden Hauwe. Ron Atkinson with Mick Brown on the left. And the Everton bunch or bench rather, just away to the right of that picture. Graham Hogg I can see in the background, so unlucky not to be playing. Mark Higgins. And there's the Everton substitute on the right of the picture, Alan Harper. Tic-tac work from Howard Kendall. Sharp. Quarter of an hour of the game gone of this 1985 FA Cup final. Manchester United 0, Everton 0. Alan Howe's long throw towards Sharp, but got somebody's header in. Reed. Sharp again, or rather Bracewell now for Sharp. Bracewell. Reed. Stevens cut out there by Whiteside, finding Jesper Olsen, bringing Albiston nicely into it. Here come United again. Played him beautifully for Mark Hughes. The flag stays down. And tremendous work by Peter Reed. United looked really dangerous there, because after Hughes had made his run, Whiteside and Stapleton had made a tremendous burst into that Everton penalty area. But Peter Reed, his defending was absolute perfection.
I think young Hughes showed his inexperience slightly there, Brian, because as he ran into the box, Frank Stapleton was running in at the far post on his own, and a little ball played in there would have been lovely for him. But great work by Peter Reed, by the way. It was fantastic, you know, to be back there and covering.
What was it for, says Andy Gray? I think the referee indicated that his elbows were a little too high. It's a free kick again to Manchester United. And it's Ra playing it towards Hughes. And this time a free kick's gone the other way. Side against Gray. So setting a good example, going and collecting the ball himself, Andy Gray. Well done. Free kick to Manchester United. Kevin Moran with it. And now Albiston. Sort of pushing header for Paul McGrath. Paul Bracewell made his first appearance for Everton here at Wembley in the Charity Shield last August. Brandon Howe. Back forward, pushed right forward. 20 players were compressed into about 12 yards either side of the centre line. Bailey down, the ball away, and Bailey dribbling his way. Not only that, but finding Jesper Olsen, and now Whiteside. Stapleton. Oh, what a good ball for Strachan. And an even better ball now as he picks up Mark Hughes. Jesper Olsen waiting in the middle. And a poor finish there by Hughes. And Sheedy can take it up now for Everton. Sharp. McGrath to safety. Stapleton again, Strachan. So much experience of cup finals, little Gordon Strachan, 3 of them with Aberdeen. His first season with Manchester United, of course, as is Jesper Olsen on the ball at the moment, finding Frank Stapleton. Whiteside's gone through as well. Still with Stapleton, play on, said the referee. It's with Brian Robson. Poor finish. Robson, in fact, having trouble with the black armband, which he's now given to the referee. It was slipping off his arms. So far, no real trouble for Neville Southall with his goal kick for Everton. 0-0. Orbiston. Everton's throw. Gray. Kidman. Strange ball, that one. What was he thinking of? That's Everton's throw. And another one. This time it'll be Gary Stevens, and it probably means another long one. And a really long one it is too, and again fisted, and again it really wasn't getting much distance with his punching, Gary Bailey. Ian?
Well, Kevin Moran was telling him to catch it, Brian, and really he can't afford to be, you know, sclapping at balls and knocking them down there.
Well, he's got some more practice coming up now. Another long one from Gary Stevens, just short of the keeper. Knocked on there by Sharp. Claims that the ball came up and hit a Manchester United hand, but nothing given. Gary Stevens curling it in again, this time towards Andy Gray, who wants a corner but gets a goal kick. Just over 20 minutes gone. Your impressions so far, Ian?
Well, Everton are doing most of their best attacks down the right-hand side there, Brian, and that's where they're knocking the balls in. Good crosses coming in, and also long throw-ins coming in from that side as well, with Gary Stevens. And I must say, Gary Bailey's looked a little bit shaky with them, hasn't he? He's only one where he's really come and held.
McGrath. That was Van den Hauwe heading it on. It'll reach Gray. Now Sheedy with that expert left foot, which wasn't quite so expert then. Robson. Mixed memories of Wembley, I would think, for Gary Bailey. An absolutely astounding save in the last minute in 1983 here against Gordon Smith of Brighton, which would have cost United the game. Here's Sharp. Trying to get it through to Bracewell. And then, of course, making his England debut, Gary Bailey, letting one through against the Republic of Ireland, which maybe he would prefer to forget. But now Stapleton. Hit well and save well. Beautifully struck shot there by Stapleton. But a certain nonchalance about the way that Neville Southall picked it out of the air. Orbiston. It'll get to Bailey, I think. Oh, didn't make much of it though, and Orbiston knocked it away. That looked as though it really should have been Gary Bailey's ball. Stevens, Orbiston away. Perfect conditions down there. It's cooled off a little bit, and there was just a degree of softness about the turf when I went on it this morning after the rain we've had over the last fortnight or so. Reed, and then now Reed. Stapleton. 25 minutes gone. Everton 0, Manchester United 0. And Howe. Everton throw. Sheedy with it. Leaving it for Pat van den Hauwe. Bracewell. Van den Hauwe. Turned in towards Trevor Stephen, but it's Bailey's ball. Olsen. Bit of space for him now. Robson. Reed. High and hopefully towards Gary Bailey. Andy Gray's coming in there to make life really unpleasant, but Bailey hung on to it. Really testing him in every way at the moment, Ian, aren't they?
Oh yeah, it's never easy when you're faced with somebody like Andy Gray. But the game at the moment has been very cagey, both sides not taking any chances, and you know, they're just knocking it back to the goalkeeper, playing it very safe. And the creative players, you know, Olsen's not come into the game. Sheedy, both left wingers haven't really come into the game at all yet.
Kevin Moran with the free kick for Manchester United. Stevens and McGrath. Hughes, Olsen, beaten by Ratcliffe. My word, he's quick, but he'll need to be to get that one. Now Bailey for the second time, coming out and doing a defender's job, but getting it into touch for an Everton throw. Everton do win. They become only the fourth team this century to win the cup in successive seasons. Now Sheedy. Newcastle did it in 51 and 52, Spurs in 61 and 62, and then Spurs again in 81 and 82. Stephen holding off Olsen, but not the second time. Support from Bracewell. Outfield available. And as Ian St John was saying, they're very cagey at the moment. Nobody taking any chances. The long back pass to Neville Southall. Overston. Robson very smart into that challenge, and the free kick given Manchester United's way, but taken too quickly and not from the right spot. And Andy Gray being called to the referee. I think having a little too much to say for himself. Free kicks, Manchester United's. I'm not sure whether... Yes, John Goodman's got something in his eye. And of course, here are the sides that have actually done the double. The two recent ones, of course, are Tottenham in 60-61 and Arsenal in 70-71. Another free kick, and Andy Gray at the centre of a little dispute there with Gordon Strachan, and claiming that he went for the ball. It's Goodman with the free kick for Manchester United. Whiteside trying to get in and making a contact there, but Gary Stevens, who's hardly put a foot wrong in these opening half hour or so, gets it clear, and here's Trevor Steven. Orbiston. And Mountfield back quickly. Needs something at the moment, Ian, to lift it a bit, doesn't it?
Well, yes, you know, I've been watching Peter Reid, and he's been telling the Everton lads to, you know, keep it calm, you know, play it nice and easy, whatever, and it probably suits Everton, you know, the way the game is going at the moment. I think Manchester United really have to step the pace of the game up. It'd be in their favour if they could do that.
Whiteside. Another Manchester United throw. Still the nearest to a goal, a shot by Peter Reid that hit the Manchester United post and flicked away. Mountfield turning it in. McGrath getting it away. Little Olsen is up. Gary Stevens. Moran. Shot in the back by Stevens on Stable, and a free kick again to Manchester United. Again. Reid for Everton. Brandon Howe. And he's gone past Brian Robson. Finding Andy Gray, bringing in Kevin Sheedy. Bracewell. Sharp on the far side. Flag was up. Of course, one of the things, Ian St John, is that they do know so much about each other. They cancel each other out in so many areas. I
was just thinking that, Brian. They're showing each other so much respect that up to now, really, we've had a non-event, you know, and I just hope the whole thing can brighten up.
Here's Whiteside. No free kick given. Although two Everton players seem to clatter into Whiteside there, one from one side and one from the other, as he came charging in. But the referee said no foul. Gary Stevens got it back. Doing a little bit of chivying there on McGrath. Nice flick in that time by Stapleton, but dispossessed by Bracewell. Here's Sheedy, and an offside against Sharp, and a foul there by the England captain on Kevin Sheedy, and Brian Robson will be booked. He went for the ball, he said. You could probably lip read it. Referee Willis thought otherwise, and Everton have the free kick. Sheedy curling one of those wicked left-footed free kicks. But Albiston prevented going for the corner, and Manchester United gets a throw. Sheedy trying to force his way clear. Cup final, we expected so much of it, but it really hasn't taken off as yet. Ratcliffe, though, finding Gray. And now Trevor Stephen. And now a deep cross towards Graham Sharp. He's got up well for it, but Gidman was there to hook it away. Everton's corner. Trevor Stephen will take it. Gary Bailey on his line with Vanden Hauwe ahead of him at the near post. Andy Gray in two. And Mountfield and Sharp and Stevens preparing to launch themselves from deep. Trevor Stephen then with that corner. The near post well guarded by Frank Stapleton. He needs to do it again, but that time it was Gidman who got it away to Strachan. Getting it through to Robson. Going it through nicely to Jesper Olsen. Now the little Dane's on his way. Bracewell's after him. Cut in nicely there, but Ratcliffe doing a fine job for Everton, and Sheedy equally as he sets Bracewell on his way. It's a bit more like it the last minute or so. Bracewell to Stevens, straight to Albiston. Stapleton. Pace has pepped up a little bit now, and the anticipation too. Robson, chip for Whiteside. Jesper Olsen. Played beautifully with the outside of the boot and accurately that time to Gidman. Here's Strachan. Hughes. Strachan, the little chip in, and Gary Stevens, so reliable again in this cup final there for Everton. Peter Reid. Couldn't keep it in. Manchester United throw. Sense the game has begun to lift off a little bit in the last 2 or 3 minutes now. The crowd have sensed it too, as Gidman takes the throw for Manchester United. Hughes. Gidman. Obstruction surely, yes, free kick, indirect. Moran's gone forwards, but McGrath has stayed back. Well, they've got plenty of height in there, Manchester United. 6-footers like Norman Whiteside and Frank Stapleton, joined by Kevin Moran. Hughes and Robson in there too. And Everton have brought everybody except Trevor Stephen back into their penalty area. Gidman will take it. When they can find the right spot. He probably hit it in with a little bit of pace. But Everton get it away. I think it was probably Andy Gray's header that did it. Albiston. Vanden Hauwe getting above Stapleton. Here's Olsen. The little touch. Albiston again. And Gary Stevens high into the crowd. So Manchester United's throw. Jesper Olsen. I'll get past to Trevor Stephen. 5 minutes of the first half left. Brian Robson. Whiteside, a powerful header. Bracewell, Whiteside again. And Olsen is offside. Wasn't much in it. And they played here, of course, in the European Championship for Denmark when they beat England here. McGrath with a header. Certain amount of hesitancy there, I thought. But in the end, they got it back to Gary Bailey. Ian?
Well, that's happened 2 or 3 times in a game. You know, Bailey is coming so far and staying, and McGrath don't think trusts him today. He's a bit reluctant to go and get the ball and give it back to him. You know, and there has been hesitancy. In fact, we were saying in the Luton game, remember the live game some weeks ago, that Everton, you know, might give them a problem with high balls, and I think today the high balls that have gone anywhere near the goals have caused Manchester United some problems. But all in all, I think United are probably the more inventive team when they've had the ball down around the Everton box. You know, they've got trickier players in that area, and but all in all, you know, it's picked up a little bit in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Let's hope in the second half, Brian, that they come out and really go at each other.
Here's Whiteside. 3 minutes of the first half left now. Stapleton to Mark Hughes. Robson trying to release Olsen, but he's certainly getting no change today out of Gary Stevens. Ulverston and Robson. Southall very positive. Side wanting to force him, if possible, onto the left foot. Bracewell, stopped by Strachan, taken over by Robson. Olsen on the far side, but again, Stevens is his master. Reed. He had to hold that up because, in fact, the Manchester United back four had come forward so quickly that both Sharp and Gray were caught offside. Hughes, Olsen, Whiteside, on that flank again, but Stapleton offside. A word about Gary Stevens here.
He's having a super game, he really is, and I'm sure that Bobby Robson, who's in the crowd, must be delighted at the form this young man is showing today. Olsen hasn't got any into the game at all at any time. Every time the ball's gone on that side, Gary Stevens has gone in and won it from him. He's having a great game.
Gray and Sharp underneath this one, but it was United who got it away. Paul McGrath. Brandon Howe. That time it was Moran who just got his head to that one. Gray was lurking just behind him. The last minute now of the first half. Robson. Kidman. And this time, just look how well Sheedy has come tackling back there for Everton. And delayed his clearance long enough for Hughes to get in with a challenge after the ball had gone, which I don't think referee Peter Willis saw. The linesman did and flagged. The referee then looked around to see whether it was serious or not. Spotted the flag, in fairness to him. Decided to get on with it. Well, here's Olsen in true style getting on with it. putting it in for Norman Whiteside, and Mountfield just there in the nick of time for Everton. It's a lovely ball played in by Olsen.
Well, Norman Whiteside loves to try and get on the end with good little runs from midfield, and big Derek Mountfield blocked his path there.
Here's Olsen again, getting away from that flank where he's had so little change from Gary Stevens, and then gets tackled and dispossessed by his own player, Mark Hughes. Stevens back to Southall. Referee looking at the watch, and the first 45 minutes are over. Everton 0, Manchester United 0. Welcome back to Wembley Stadium, the 1985 FA Cup final, standing at 0-0 between Everton and Manchester United, as the massed bands of the Royal Marines, who've been entertaining us at half-time, are now marching off as the teams prepare to march on. It was clear from what Mike Shannon and Jimmy Greaves were saying, Ian, about both sides pushing up and everything is compressed just a few yards either side of the centre circle. How is that broken down? Good breaks from midfield, well timed, or what?
Well, I've watched Everton a number of times this season, Ryan, and I would say this: in the second half they seem to change their game. In the first half they're knocking a lot of high balls in and really putting teams under pressure that way. Second half they start playing it on the floor a little bit more, and it's almost like watching two different teams. And in the second half of games, and it was interesting, was it Dickie had said that they've won so many games in the last 20 minutes, and it's because I think that they set their stall out that way in the second half and play some very good football, completely different to what they played in the first half. So I'll be looking for that, I think, here. You know, we'll be looking for Peter Reid and Bracewell and Sheedy and Trevor Stephen to come more and more into the game and start knocking shorter balls around and playing into feet and getting midfield players in there.
Well, there are teams that have done the treble. Celtic and Ajax, the League, the Cup and the European Cup. Gothenburg, the League, their Cup and the UEFA Cup. Everton, well, the League, we don't know, we know that. The Cup Winners' Cup, we know that. The FA Cup will be decided in the next 45 minutes. Unless, of course, we go to extra time and a replay which is scheduled for next Thursday. So here we go, the second half. Manchester United attacking the goal to our left. Strachan. Stapleton playing it on again for him. Ratcliffe getting in quickly. Just a momentary problem there for Everton defender. Kevin Ratcliffe, their skipper. All is well. Let's see what John Gidman can do with this long throw for Manchester United. Stapleton trying to knock it on. Reid there to help it on its way. Robson hitting it, but ineffectively. In fact, Brian Robson shooting so far this afternoon has been pretty ineffective. Gary Stevens hitting it towards Sharp. Reid. Now Gray. Onside, McGrath coming across. Ball out of play for a Manchester United throw. Free kick, the foul by Stevens on Hughes. Whiteside. Gidman. Robson. Put out by Stephen. And McGrath. Alveston. Hughes. Stapleton. Olsen in a bit of space away on his left, but the pass wasn't forthcoming. And Everton snapped shut again as Reid fights Trevor Stephen towards Andy Gray, launching himself once more at it, but to no avail. Albiston. It's Bracewell. In very quickly, but the foul that time on Sheedy. Free kick to Everton. Mountfield's forward, 14 goals to his credit this season. Sheedy curling one towards Andy Gray. Stephen. Reed, beaten by the charge of Robson. Trevor Stephen again. Ratcliffe. And an offside. There couldn't have been much in that. Sheedy caught by a yard or so. Free kick. Vanden Hau's clearance. Here he is again. Sheedy for Everton. Andy Gray. Little touch on for Reed. Played on for clearly offside Trevor Stephen. And the referee wanting the kick to be taken from the right spot. Gray claiming in this skirmishing here that he was pushed. It's always hard to understand. As Stapleton takes it up again. Play now for Robson. Just wouldn't come down quickly enough for him to try a Mark Hughes type volley.
What a very good head down by Mark Hughes there, Brian. Got up and nodded it down into the path of Brian Robson, and just went a little bit too high for him there, didn't it?
Sheedy. Gray off in pursuit of this one, but Albiston's in pole position. Oh, straight to Gary Stevens. Now, can Stevens keep it in? He can't. It's another throw. Tangling with Reed. Reed is the man who gets it. Now Olsen. Played early for Whiteside. Now for Kevin Moran. He miscued there badly, but it fell for Gidman. Here's Strachan. Strachan again. Straight at Vanden Hau. Whiteside. Flicking it left-footed for Frank Stapleton. Scott Hughes waiting in the middle, and Gary Stevens there too. Not even a throw, as Vanden Hau makes the clearance. Sharp. Stephen. Gary Stevens. Thank you, says Albiston. Good pass for Robson. Hughes waiting in the middle. Albiston's continued the run. And the pass is on for him. It's on for Strachan too. But then Stevens again was there for Everton. And now here's Paul Bracewell. This is better stuff now as Trevor Stephen takes it up. There's a huge gap for him if he can keep it in, and he can. Gray and Sharp are lurking at the far post. A little too much on it for them. But Sharp, looking to get it across, succeeds in doing so. Norman Whiteside was back for Manchester United. Sheedy now. Whiteside. What about that for a cool bit of play from the 20-year-old? Some good attacking football there, in particular from Everton. Reed taking it up again. Just getting it through. Annoyed by the foul by Whiteside on him after the ball had been played. Stevens. Reed. Gray. Bracewell. A lot of blue shirts forward. Little Strachan got his head to that one. Do you see a difference in their style now, Ian, in the second half, Everton?
Well, both sides have certainly picked up here in the second half, Brian. A much better second half here. They're playing a bit of football. It's, you know, there's more excitement in the first 10 minutes of this half than there was in the 45 of the first.
Well, it's Everton's corner. Trevor Stephen to take it. Derek Mountfield coming up, along with Gary Stevens. Sharp and Vanden Hauwe at the near post. Played a little wider towards Mountfield. It was Whiteside's header. Reed trying to turn it back in again. Hughes getting it away for Manchester United. Ratcliffe. And Bailey. Here's Augustin. Olsen ahead of him. Nicely played that by Jesper Olsen. Now the little fullback getting in. And pulled it back, only for Ratcliffe to readjust himself as Hughes was preparing to pounce. Good break by Arthur Augustin. Olsen. No chance there for Robson. Everton throw. And back with Southall. Sharp, has he beaten the trap this time? Trying to get it back to Andy Gray. And now Strachan. Much more movement about this second half. Hughes going on his way, but you have to be quick to beat Ratcliffe. Hughes, Strachan, Gidman. Strachan. Here he is again, taking it from Hughes, a touch by Olsen. Robson playing it beautifully wide here for Augustin. Filled in again towards Frank Stapleton, just knocked off the top of his head. Olsen couldn't make anything of it. Sheedy will get it away now. Had a little bit of luck there. Bracewell, Sharp. This is more like it. Vanden Hauwe, touch for Bracewell. Robson in quickly, and from behind. Robson's already been booked.
I thought that was a very good tackle by Brian Robson. I thought he slid in from the side, knocked the ball away. Bracewell fell over, and I don't think that Robson even touched him there.
You were a little surprised also with the booking in the first half, I think, of Brian Robson.
Yes, I was.
Ratcliffe. Towards Andy Gray. Robson getting it away to Peter Reed. Nice little touch by him for Gary Stevens. Good touch by Gary Stevens. Reed at the byline. This could be danger for Manchester United. Just wide from Andy Gray. Tremendous play again by Peter Reed. A little dummy, and then the ball played there, and Gray hooking it wide, and United getting a goal kick. Vanden Hauwe, Bracewell, in goes Robson, keeping things very competitive in the midfield for Manchester United. The free kick going United's way now. Vanden Hauwe. Sharp. Bring it on for Gray, but the whistle had gone. The nerve end's getting a little ragged out there. And the free kick given to Everton. Ratcliffe. And the referee's held things up. Wants to have a word with Norman Whiteside for something that must have happened away off that ball as that free kick by Pandon Howe was being taken. Maybe Whiteside and Sharp between them are having a little set to. And referee Willis laying down the law. Really do need to have eyes in the back of their heads, referees, on these occasions, particularly. So many things can be happening when free kicks like this are about to be taken, as this one is by Ratcliffe, straight through to Bailey. Wilson. Reid on the ground and could make no progress. Moore getting it back to Bailey. Coming towards a quarter of an hour of the second half and still 0-0, you get the impression that this one is really building to some sort of climax. Pandon Howe. In Scotland, we hear that Dundee United have gone 1-0 ahead of Celtic in their 100th Scottish Cup final, and here it's still 0-0 in our 104th final. Dundee United leading 1-0. Alverston. Whiteside away. And Ratcliffe could have been caught there by Hughes. Sheedy being hounded by two United players, Skidman and Strachan. That would be something of a surprise in Scotland so far, wouldn't it, Ian?
Not really. I think up there people expect Dundee United to win the cup, even though it's Celtic in the final. They're a very good side, Dundee United.
They are getting it back. They've never won it, though, have they?
No, I don't think they have. They're great rivals. Dundee have, you know, over the years, but I don't think United have.
It's a throw to Manchester United. Arthur Alverston. Spot from Edinburgh. Peter Reid. Andy Gray. Reid. Now Moran. Robson. Bra. It's Everton's ball. Robson. Whiteside. Stevens. There goes Gray, but Moran might get the better of him. They both go down, and he does a bit of complaining. And in fact, the free kick's given to Manchester United.
Peter Reid is complaining as well about Brian Robson's tackle there in midfield on Bracewell. They're having a word with the referee.
Olsen. Outfield away. Can't remember a cup final with so few goal chances and shots on goal.
Well, because as the lads were saying at half-time as well, the defences are on top and they're making it very difficult for the forwards of both sides to get themselves into goal-scoring positions. Andy Gray probably had the best of the chances, you know, 5 minutes ago, but we haven't seen too many today.
Outfield. Olsen. Hughes. Oh, the break is on for Norman Whiteside. Tremendous keeping by Southall. Well, it was a great break there by a midfielder, Ian.
Well, we were saying about him breaking from midfield, Big Norman. He's always looking for that kind of ball. But the goalkeeper is in such magnificent form. I mean, another brilliant save from him.
Well, the Football Writers' Footballer of the Year, and that was why. Whiteside, who scored, in point of fact, in the '83 Cup final against Brighton, he became the youngest ever player to score a Cup final goal here. Bailey. He was 18 years and 19 days old at that time, Norman Whiteside, and he very nearly repeated it then. Hughes, Strachan, to the way of the referee, Whiteside. United turning the heat up a little bit now. Finding Jesper Olsen. Has he got the better of Stevens? He has, but not of Stephen. And it'll be a throw. Orbiston. Robson. Whiteside. Clever Stephen again. Getting it back to the safety of Southall. And amazing, really came late into the leagues, did Neville Southall. In fact, for a time was on loan with Port Vale. Kidman. Strachan. Sheedy. Here is throw, finding Jesper Olsen. Olsen. Playing with a little more freedom, getting away from Gary Stevens, but then held it too close to Sheedy. Here's Sheedy again, finding Gray, gone a little bit deeper just for the moment. Bracewell, Reed, Sheedy. Plenty of animation on the benches with the managers, as you can see there. Free kick to Everton. Sheedy with it, spotted something quickly and took it. McGrath was up well for Manchester United. In the end, it's Whiteside who makes the clearance. Only Ratcliffe had stayed back. Bailey's ball. Everton, in point of fact, with a good record against Manchester United this season. They walloped them 5-0 at Goodison Park in the league, drew 1-1 in an exceptional game at Old Trafford, and also then went to Old Trafford and won 2-1 in the Milk Cup. Here it's 0-0, and now it's Strachan, stopped well again by Gary Stevens.
What a brilliant interception that was, Brian, because Olsen would have been clear in the box if he hadn't got his foot to that one.
Reed. Robson was snapping at him, but he still got the ball clear, and he also with Paul Bracewell. Whiteside, a little deeper in this half, getting it through to Stapleton. And Ratcliffe's foul. Leaves Stapleton on the deck. Showing the referee the damage, the top of the right thigh. What did you make of this one, Ian?
Well, I thought Kevin Radcliffe went in a little bit late on that one, to say the least, and it was a bad foul, actually.
Well, what would they be wanting now? A goal, yes, but it's Mike Duxbury on the left, the United substitute. What would they be looking from their team now, do you think?
I suppose Mickey Duxbury would love to come on now, wouldn't he? I mean, there's nothing worse than sitting on the bench with your boots on and not getting a kick in the ball.
Well, Stableman's okay. Vanden Hauwe up. Bracewell too. Strachan. Edmund will take the throw. We've coming up to 25 minutes of the second half. Just over 20 minutes to go. Robson. And now Stephen. Right side, really pumping hard to get back. In fact, you can see now there are just 20 players, and I suppose it was a band of about 15 yards at the most. And they were all inside it. Reid. Oh, good play by Peter Reid. Will he go all the way? No, big Paul McGrath was in the way there. But then a ricochet gives it back to Everton. Here's Trevor Stephen. McGrath again there for Manchester United. So they try the other side. Vanden Hauwe, Sheedy, who so far has had a fairly quiet game, but that's an interesting little cross in there towards Andy Gray. And Bailey is there, fisting it, without a great deal of conviction, but he got it nonetheless to Jesper Olsen. Another throw to Everton. Warren's header. Stevens. Touched by Stephen to Andy Gray. Bracewell's made a break. And on the far side, Sheedy has come in, but beaten in the air by Gidman. Strachan finding Whiteside. See just how many people are gathered in that small band across the field. It's difficult, even for the best of players, to find any space to show their skills. But here's Olsen. It's all so very tight. It might come through for Olsen again. And then he's trying to get Hughes on his way. And it's a corner off Mountfield. Their first of the game, with 26 minutes of the second half gone. So for the first time, McGrath and Moran can get forward. So McGrath's going to the near post, where already are stationed Whiteside and Stapleton. But a little flick on won't be forthcoming as Olsen finds Strachan. McGrath in for Strachan again. A shot on the turn by Stapleton is charged away by Everton. Hughes. Linesman flagging either for the ball out of play or a foul by Vanden Hauwe, which I think is probably what it was, which will give United the free kick. And Gordon Strachan, who will take the kick himself. Virtually another corner, and certainly the opportunity for United to keep this pressure now on Everton. Strachan's free kick. Sharp away. 18 minutes or so to go. Kidman with another throw for Manchester United. Sheedy. Right. Simply getting it away to Sharp. Robson. Strachan. Kidman. Stopped by Sheedy. And Van. We're notoriously bad tipsters, Ian, but this really has got the look of extra time about it.
I was thinking that myself before, and I thought, well, say nothing, because someone will probably score a goal if you say that.
Outfield. Sharp is in there. Strachan. And away goes little Strachan. Well, if he'd just looked up for a moment and could have seen Frank Stapleton in an acre of space on the far side. Called to Peter Willis now. My eye was following the ball. Ian, did you see what that was for?
I actually was following the ball as well, Brian. I'm not sure. It may be for a little bump on somebody, but I thought he's been dicing with the referee today a few times, because you know, he's a great talker, Andy, as well, and he's probably, if it was for that, really not a lot in that at all, was it?
May have been a slight elbow there, but it didn't seem too harsh. McGrath. Strachan trying to get himself clear of those Everton manacles, but still can't be done. Looked like a handball there, but play on, said the referee. Reid is with it, having a really fierce battle in the midfield with Brian Robson. Having a chat with the referee. I think it's probably a sign of the frustration that's creeping in on both sides at the moment. Olsen. And here's Reid. Bracewell, who stopped Olsen in the first place. One side, getting it run. Kidman. Everton's throw. Sheedy. And again. Nicely played by Strachan for Robson. Offside against Hughes. Correct decision. Outfield. Aimed towards Andy Gray. McGrath has missed so little in the air. Trevor Stephen. Now Kidman clear. Outfield versus Whiteside. Reid. Goodness, he's covered some ground today. Ratcliffe. Too high for Sheedy. Again, McGrath is there for Manchester United. Here's Strachan. Hughes. Olsen. Seeing what can pop up on the other side for him. McGrath. Oh, intercepted by Reid. And brought down with a desperate challenge by Kevin Moran into the book. Suddenly Everton looked to have 3 up and only one United player was back. It was Kevin Moran, and it was a desperate challenge there on Peter Reid. And that produced the booking. Oh, he sent him off. He sent Moran off. I don't think it's any good him arguing, but Moran's been sent off.
Well, I really do find that incredible, Brian, because it was just a badly timed tackle, a fraction of a second out, nothing malicious about it at all. And for the lad, no wonder he's upset to be sent off in a cup final for a tackle like that. I just can't believe it. I think the referee's 100% out of order.
Well, he's desperately upset, as you can see, but the referee was adamant. First man ever to be sent off in a Wembley Cup final. Ron Atkinson there, he is deeply incensed.
Peter Reid actually went over and patted him on the back and said, sorry, mate. I mean, the players are both sides.
And Ron Atkinson's still on the field there, just for a moment. Sorry, Ian. And Kevin Moran cannot be consoled. The challenge on Peter Reid. Now, whether he argued afterwards with the referee or not, I'm not sure. But he's sent off the field, and Manchester United are down to 10 men. Gray getting it back. Stevens trying to get in. Stephen also. Bracewell playing it in. And still 10 minutes of normal time to go, and Everton with 11 to Manchester United's 10.
Frank Stapleton is filling in there as centre-half in Moran's position.
Looking after Andy Gray. Whistles all around against that decision of referee Willis in sending off Kevin Moran. Chance now for Everton really to push home this advantage, with United down to 10 men. On such a hot and energy-sapping day, it's going to be a real battle for United now. There's Stapleton, who's now in the back four for Manchester United, losing out to Peter Reid. His challenge on Reid now. Down goes Peter Reid. And it was noticeable that Peter went across and tried to console Kevin Moran as he was sent off. Ian?
That tackle there by Stapleton was almost exactly
identical
replica of the foul of Peter Reid before.
Well, the problems for United continue, because now for the first time in the game, Kevin Sheedy gets a chance with a free kick just outside the box. Or will it be Trevor Steven? No, it's Sheedy whipping it in. The flag goes up. Southall with the clearance now for Everton. Gray. Kidman there. If anything, the sending off of Kevin Moran will just stiffen the resolve of Manchester United. But it's going to call for some mighty efforts from their lungs and from their legs. Still 0-0 though. And there goes Hughes. Little Strachan. Camden Howe's after him. Ratcliffe's gone across. But Strachan getting the ball in, and Robson making a mighty effort to get to it. Flipped in there once again. He couldn't get it through to Whiteside. Now Goodman. Played on nicely by Strachan for Goodman. It comes to Brian Robson. Will he get his shot in? No, he won't. And neither. Well, even at the second attempt, it was high over the top. Well, I noticed that Ron Atkinson has got Mike Duxbury warming up. Whether he will think in due course of bringing Duxbury on into a central defending position and put Stapleton back up front again, I don't know.
It is a dilemma for him. He's obviously got that in mind, you know, bring the extra defender on, take maybe a forward off, and just hang out for a nil-niller on the day. He may, of course, just wait to extra time. If the game goes into extra time, then he probably will do that.
Mountfield. Will Sheedy be first to show? No, McGrath. And McGrath again. Such a responsibility on his shoulders at the back now for Manchester United. Whiteside battling on. It'll fall for Orbiston. And now for Olsen. 10 men are coming, springing back now. The little chip in there. Can Orbiston get on the end of it? Oh my goodness, the bounce nearly took it past Southall. And up in Scotland, Celtic have equalised, and it's 1-1 with Dundee United. David Provan has scored for Celtic. Here it's still 0-0 with 5 minutes of normal time remaining. Frank Stapleton with the free kick for Manchester United, with Kevin Moran off the field, sent off. Fighting back the tears of his disappointment, Kevin Moran. On his head as well. Here's Hughes, but there are so many blue shirts that are back. Olsen's coming up on this side to support him, and here's Strachan, a little burst of acceleration by him, and United get a corner. And is it Mountfield down? Well, he's off the field, so presumably the game will have to go on. Derek Mountfield some attention from John Klinkert there, the Everton physio. Both sides in at the moment, down to 10 men, as Olsen takes this corner for Manchester United. 0-0. Robson was in amongst that lot, so too was McGrath, but it's behind for the goal kick. Ratcliffe, Brandon Howe. Brandon Howe. Wow. Oh, Whiteside tangling there with Bracewell after they've both gone up for that header. Well, they got some sensations up in Hampden Park because Celtic have now gone 2-1 ahead. Free kick. Stapleton. Whiteside. Onside, but Southall is there. Orbiston. Olsen. Everton. Jesper Olsen trying to get on for Stapleton, and if it's possible, there seems to be an even greater determination about Manchester United at the moment, as though they're going to try and put things right for Kevin Moran.
Well, I think they're trying to snatch one just before the end, Brian. They don't want to go into extra time if they can help it.
Hughes, Kidman. Oh, he's dummied well. Whiteside trying to put him through. Goodness, I thought that was going to be for a moment an own goal by Van den Haar. And so did they on the bench. Look at that shot of Ron Atkinson. He thought suddenly they'd snatch one that really mattered. It's a well-played move and some good work by Kidman. Whiteside putting him in and Van den Haar getting in there, just clearing the crossbar. Good play by Whiteside. More pressure on Everton from the 10 men of Manchester United. Strachan towards the near post. Comes out to Orbiston. Header wide for little Strachan. Now for Olsen. And Southall's ball, but the flag was up. Well, there's about a minute of normal time remaining. Van den Haar. Stapleton up. Foul by him on Gray. Free kick to Everton. Right at the last. Will Everton snatch it? Treble is there for them still. As Sheedy takes this free kick. Goal kick. Playing time added on for injuries at the end of 90 minutes. It'll be 15 minutes of extra time each way. Bailey out. And that's the end of 90 minutes. And the balance, you would think, Ian, with 30 minutes to go, would now spring a little bit towards Everton with their 11 men.
Oh yeah, I mean they've got to have the advantage now, and I'm just wondering if Ron Atkinson will bring the defender on and maybe take Olsen off, who really hasn't made a major contribution this afternoon, and just hang on there, Brian, and hope that it's a backs to the wall job for the next half hour. There again, I mean, you know, he's got to. You've got to feel sorry for Kevin Moran. I mean, the poor lad didn't really do anything, I felt, other than he went for the ball a split second late. And I think it was because Peter Reid was going through on goal. And, you know, and the referees thought, oh, yeah, it's one of those professional fouls we all read about, and sent the lad off. Peter's coming up again now. I mean, Peter was just short of getting the ball there. Just played it away as if they almost got it together as it happened. You know, I mean, you can't blame a defender. I mean, we know in the game that if you do go on like a second late, yes, you know, it was intentional. But they both went for the ball, and the attacker just got there a split second ahead, and you can't really blame a defender on that one.
Is there a possibility that he went on arguing with the referee too long, and that he was booked for the foul, and then sent off for?
Well, that we don't know. That we don't know.
Well, Kevin Moran is a cut above the rest.
He's got his cut anyway. Always gets a cut.
We're referring to the fact that the poor lad seems to get so many cuts and bumps. And now he's got the biggest problem of all. There's the latest cut. But he feels as close to tears as anybody can without actually showing them.
Do you remember the Willie Young tackle some years ago, Brian, in the final?
Paul Allen here, wasn't it?
Yes, and I mean, you know, that was, you could say, a sending off offence.
So Ron Atkinson having a word with Jesper Olsen there. Amazing, the run since 1965. We've had extra time in 8 out of 21 games. And 4 replays out of 21.
I mean, had both sides, Mick Duxbury actually is coming on right enough. And, well, Olsen's still on the field. In fact, I do think Arthur Albiston is sitting on the bench.
Is it Albiston on the bench?
Albiston's on the bench now. Whether he's going to remain on the bench, I don't know. But Arthur Albiston has gone off. He must have had a knock, because he wasn't playing badly, was it? And he is a defender, so I don't see the reasoning in that one. He's obviously been injured.
Well, I tell you, I saw him training yesterday, and just about 5 minutes from the end of training, he pulled up sharply and had to have some work from the physiotherapist.
Yeah.
And maybe he's just feeling that again now. But Mike Duxbury is on, and United are lucky to have a man of his quality to call on, and a versatile player as well, who can play midfield and fullback. And so Mike Duxbury is going straight to a left-back position as the 10 men go battling on into extra time. Manchester United who kick off, 15 minutes each way. We're just about ready to go then. Oh, there's somebody crawling on the roof there, look. My goodness, that's a dangerous thing to be doing. Well, here down on earth, Strachan finds Kidman, who plays it in quickly, and Mountfield getting in low to get that one away. Sheedy towards Andy Gray. Reed. Sheedy. Sharp. McGrath, who's been magnificent, gets it away. Reed. Bracewell. And that was Duxbury's first touch, a little header. Everton will keep it moving around now to make Manchester United's 10 men use their legs as much as possible. I would have thought they'd want to play it down the flanks as much as possible, open them out as much as they can, as Van den Hauwe plays it in there. Bailey fisting it away that time. Only as far as Peter Reid. Gary Stevens played in again towards Sheedy that time. Robson. How do you think Manchester United will play this now? Will they attempt a containing game for half an hour, do you think, Ian?
Well, I do think they won't be throwing men forward at random, you know. They've got Mark Hughes up the front, who will be doing a lot of foraging probably on his own, and looking for, like, Strachan to go up there and help him.
Well, it doesn't look like a containing game at the moment, as McGrath makes the running, needs to get back to defend.
Actually, had both teams stood at 11 aside at this particular moment, I would have fancied Manchester United, because the Everton lads, a lot of them have got the stockings down at the ankles. They must be feeling it, you know, they have a hard week.
Duxbury. Hughes. Nice little turn by Hughes. Robson, can he inspire the 10 men? Strachan, what's he got left? Kidman's away out on the right for him, and away on the left is Jesper Olsen. Free kick. Foul by Gary Stevens on Olsen. Olsen will take it. Stapleton's gone forward this time with Whiteside. Kevin Moran sent off. Arthur Albiston substituted by Mike Duxbury. 0-0. What a missed kick there by Gary Stevens. That could have been very costly indeed. Here's Paul McGrath. McGrath again. In for Strachan and Southall. Tough when you're down to 10 men and battling against the odds, and you see Neville Southall in between the posts.
Yep. The thing about playing against 10 men, sometimes it's quite awkward, Brian, because, you know, they take up positions that they normally wouldn't be taking up, and sometimes you get the defenders saying, well, is he my man or is he your man, and sometimes they get caught at 6s and 7s.
Certainly makes it a very interesting period of extra time now. Still 0-0. Olsen. Fair game by Stevens. Olsen again with a throw for Manchester United. Duxbury. Robson. Ratcliffe only getting it as far as Strachan. Ray touched on towards Sharp. Kept in by Duxbury, finding Robson. And is certainly in need of his inspiration now. McGrath. Offside surely against Olsen, indeed. A classic, but it's a really tough, tense battle now. Reed. Ratcliffe. Everton. The touch there for Bracewell. Given well and saved superbly by Bailey. Beautifully struck shot there by Paul Bracewell. Played into him there by Peter Reid. Ian?
Well struck shot, wasn't it? Bailey did well getting his body behind it, even though it broke away a yard from him. But not often that Bracewell has been shooting lately. He's been looking to lay the ball off, and you know, we always look for midfield players to get shots on target.
Now Robson. Hughes. Olsen. Brian Robson's the furthest man forward for United. Can Olsen get it over? Doesn't have to. He's left it to Whiteside. And that's Neville Southall's. Bracewell. Sheedy. Well, certainly there'll be no better opportunity for Everton to press home their advantage and make the treble than there is at the moment. Down to 10 men now, Manchester United. Still a little under 25 minutes left. Gray is up. The clearance comes from Stapleton. Now for Goodman. Oh, he's gone past Sheedy well. Now faced by Vanden Hauwe. Picked up Strachan on the far side. A good ball. Whiteside's made a break. Still with Olsen. Now Robson. Leaving it for Goodman. Everton paid them the compliment of pulling everybody back except Sharp and Gray. And an offside against Mark Hughes. Ratcliffe. Sheedy. Ratcliffe. Bracewell. There's Duxbury. Strachan. Hughes. Strachan. And Gray's onside. Linesman kept his flag down. Sheed is waiting in the middle. United struggling to get people back. Trevor Stephen, that will come for Sheedy. Hit first time by him. Duxbury's header away. Trevor Stephen trying to get in. Peter Reid also. Goal kick.
I think annoyed about the linesman's flag not going up there, Brian. He certainly did look offside, Andy Gray, yes, in the initial attack. thought actually Everton squandered it really, because they had the United players all over the place then.
Free kick given. Sheedy. Ratcliffe. Ooh, Mountfield in there. Will it come to Van den Hal? Well, he had the opportunity there to crown his first appearance at Wembley with a vital goal.
Actually, I thought that Derek Mountfield might have chested that down, Brian. If you look at it there, if he'd have chested it down, he'd have got a clear shot at goal. It's a good header, mind you, but I think the big fella might have got himself in there for a bit of glory.
Sheedy. Bailey didn't really get to it. But they're claiming, Manchester United were claiming a free kick, but they are facing another corner, which Trevor Stephen will take. A little under 5 minutes of the first period of extra time remaining, still 0-0. Stephen. Robson getting it away. Now Trevor Stephen. Stopped by Strachan. Prevented the corner too. Finding Robson. Foul on him and a free kick to Manchester United. I'm sure that Bobby Robson was looking for a result here today with England's World Cup match in Finland coming up on Wednesday. Replay here on Thursday. You'd have to do without the likes of Brian Robson and Trevor Stephen. Stephen to Stevens. Foul on Trevor Stephen by Mike Duxbury, a free kick. Stevens then with the free kick. And again. Trevor Stephen. Looks like another long throw coming up from Gary Stevens. Towards Andy Gray. And a free kick to Manchester United.
He's doing a good job, Frank Stapleton, against Andy Gray, because I mean, Andy's a handful for any centre-half, never mind a centre-forward, but Frank's such a good header of the ball that he's competing with Andy and everything in the end, doing very well.
Duxbury. Inside. Stopped by Stevens. United's throw. 2 minutes of the first period of extra time remaining. Olsen. Good play here by Duxbury, helped by Hughes. Played in there, Southall didn't get to it. If little Strachan had just got his foot to it, the goal was at his mercy. Which illustrates that they may be down to 10 men, but the chance is still there for Manchester United. With a lovely ball in
It was
there.
a tantalising ball, wasn't it? Just out of reach of the goalkeeper. Had they had 11 men on the field, somebody surely would have been there.
Instead of that, it comes for Sharp, but McGrath, what a masterful game he's had. Hughes, the little touch for Robson. Trying to get Olsen in on the far side. 4 are up for Manchester United. They've made all the effort to get people forward. And Olsen hits it, but Southall saves. Reed. Reed. Bracewell. Stevens. Almost 15 minutes up. And so that's the end of the first period of extra time. 15 minutes more to come with the score 0-0.
I think the tiredness that Everton are feeling, you know, because of the Cup Winners' Cup game and, you know, the fixes they've had, is beginning to have an effect, and they can't really command the game in this extra period, even though they've got the extra man. You know, they would love to be able to get it and knock it around and really make United do the chasing. But United, you know, they have had as much of the game, if you like, as Everton over this period, and doing very well since they've gone down to 10 now.
There's never been a 0-0 draw in a cup final at Wembley, and only 3 in the whole history of the cup, the last one back in 1912. We're 15 minutes away from it now. So 15 minutes. Here's Mountfield. Towards Gray. Bailey is there. Hughes versus Ratcliffe. Sheedy in before a very tired Brian Robson. Olsen. Duxbury. Robson. Olsen. A fair number of stockings around the ankles now, as Ian was saying, most of them on the Everton side, it would seem. Manchester United with their 10 men are still at 0-0, and here's Olsen. He's onside, but he's got Ratcliffe to contend with. Hughes is trying manfully to get up to give him support, and the Blues are back in some strength. Here's Robson. Shot on the turn that's blocked by Mountfield. Bracewell away. Kidman. This really is another form of the London Marathon at the moment. Tired bodies out there looking for one big effort that will settle the whole afternoon. Gray finding Trevor Stephen. Will it be Everton now? Duxbury marking him so well, and Olsen coming back to help out. Only Hughes is forward, and he looks to be limping just a little bit, I think. Reed. Gray. Shot by Bracewell, charged down. Reed sensibly playing it wide, keeping United stretched. Stephen with the cross, Bailey pouring it away. Another corner then to Everton.
He's certainly not looked too sure in there, Gary Bailey, today, Brian. He's punched that ball's up, he should hold. That one there, he certainly should have put 2 arms up for it and held that one. Norman Whiteside I think did say something to him.
And here comes the corner. Oh, there was a chance there that came, it appears, off the post, probably from a Manchester United defender. And a throw given, although McGrath's being now called to Peter Willis. Oh, there's the corner coming in, a little flick on. And Bailey and the crossbar keeping it out. Stevens crossing it in, Bailey sure with handling that time. Olsen. Hughes. Olsen. Touch there by Strachan. Now Robson trying to get Hughes in. Right side's up in a very strong forward position as Hughes goes past his man. And if he'd caught that properly, there would have been no chance for Southall, but Whiteside couldn't quite manage it. And Everton got off the hook. A little over 10 minutes remaining. Andy Gray summoning up one last effort from his legs. With the cross coming in, and McGrath taking no chances as he belts that one away. So much tiredness out there now that we're going to find a few mistakes as well. Gray is up, but Frank Stapleton beat him in the air. Olsen, Hughes. It's gone past Bracewell. Whiteside's onside. Strachan in the middle. Olsen up as well. The goal! Whiteside! That's incredible! How on earth did he get that past Southall? And look at the bench. And Kevin Moran is up as well. The day has suddenly turned a bit brighter for him, and it certainly has for them. What an amazing goal.
A fantastic goal, really. You know, he got Van der Haar in front of him, and he just bent it round him with his left foot, just inside the post here. You can't blame the goalkeeper in that one at all. It was a really superb goal. Oh, look at the bend he had on that ball. Fantastic.
The 10 men are in the lead, and they have 9 minutes to hold it. Whiteside the scorer, who got one here in 1983. Now Trevor Stephen. Can they hold on? McGrath giving away the corner. The kick goes to Everton. And the treble for the moment is slipping, or the possibility of it is slipping from their grasp. Now, can Manchester United, with their 10 men, hold on for what would be a really dramatic victory? Well, they've got a corner to face here. Sheedy trying to turn it back in. Strachan, who can get it away and get some respite for Manchester United. Olsen is up there with him. Where's he finding that energy from? Olsen on ahead. And the throw goes to Manchester United. A few more seconds tick away.
Well, yes, but Olsen has certainly caught fire in the extra half hour, Brian. Obviously had a lot of energy to burn up because he did nothing really over the 90 minutes, but he's had a big part to play in the extra time. He's doing very, very well, as is Gordon Strachan, who I think is having a super game.
United taking their time over this throw. John Kidman will take it. This is going to be a really nerve-tingling last 8 minutes or so. Olsen. Robson. Kidman. Couldn't keep it in play, was trying to get a little ricochet, and it fell, unfortunately for him, to Everton. Reid is brought down by Robson. Play on, said the referee. Reid looks at the bench and can't understand it. Duxbury, and now Bailey. There's silence amongst the Everton fans, and the United fans just can't believe what they've seen. Ratcliffe gets it back. Last time Neville Southall's been beaten, and this is 4th visit here with Everton. And really when you would have least expected it. Brandon Howe. Now can Everton summon up something? It's a good cross coming in, but Duxbury is there. Whiteside the scorer. And now Strachan. Manchester United with 10 men leading by 1-0. Comes for Jesper Olsen. Play on, said the referee, and the little Dane's on his way. Gary Stevens going with him, 1 against 1, and Stevens happy to put it away into touch. Taking their time, and the referee will note it. Indeed he is. He's tapping his watch. It's with Jesper Olsen. It's with Mark Hughes. Olsen again trying to get something in, and Robson too. That time saved by Southall. Now 3 up for Everton, 4 back for Manchester United. Stapleton, who's done a sterling job at the back in the place of Moran. Sharp getting his Stephen in. Strachan getting it back to Bailey. Cheers from the Manchester United fans, and 6 minutes are left. Well, it's not been a classic, but it's not been short on drama, certainly in this period of extra time. A foul by Duxbury on Trevor Stephen. Gary Stevens with a kick for Everton. 5 minutes of extra time remaining. Andy Gray in there, chests it down to the convenience of Frank Stapleton. Duxbury. And back it goes from Ratcliffe. Hughes. Robson losing out badly that time. And deliberately bringing Reid down. And Robson's been booked already. But the referee is just happy to wag a finger and give Everton the free kick. They'll want to get on with it now. Reid with the kick. 4 minutes remaining. Ratcliffe, in fact, is going to take it. A little chip in there. Andy Gray showing first. Strachan taking it away out of the box. Battling with Vanden Howe. Everton get the throw. It's with Bracewell. Crossed in once more, Stapleton. What a good job he's done as an emergency central defender. Robson just sticking out the foot. Can Strachan get there? No, Vanden Howe gets it back, but Olsen's on his way, and Gary Stevens has to charge back there. Southall planting it forward again. But it must have been an infringement, and it's a free kick instead. About 3 minutes left. They don't ride off Everton yet. Ratcliffe. Stapleton away again. Reid. Hughes gets it for Manchester United. What a plucky performance it's been by United, and the ball played perfectly for Olsen, but he can't shake off Stevens. Free kick given.
Brian Robson actually saying to the referee there's no difference between that tackle and Kevin Moran's tackle. And really, in principle, he's right. You know, because Olsen was clear, he'd knocked it away, and in comes a foul. You know.
Well, it's been a cup final with its controversy. There's some sharp moments of drama to us. United hang on to this 1-goal lead, down to 10 men, and Gidman taking it to the corner flag to use up a few more seconds. So saying don't write off Everton. They have a habit of leaving things late. They were losing 2-1 to Ipswich in the 6th round when Mountfield forced a replay right at the end. They were losing in the semi-final to Luton, but they were saved by that Sheedy free kick right at the end. And now they need something right at the end this afternoon to pull this game out of the fire. As Reid comes forward again, can United hold on? It's a throw which Gary Stevens, and we've seen already that he can hurl a really dangerous long throw into that United box, and he's winding himself up for another one. Flicked on and knocked away. Bracewell putting it back in again. Mountfield's there, Bale is up. Oh, Derek Mountfield with 14 goals this season. A critical 1 or 2 in the FA Cup as well. He couldn't make that one count. Ratcliffe. Well, I make it no more than a minute and a quarter at the most. In fact, there is now exactly 1 minute to go. And it's got to be something quite dramatic now to stop United winning. Norman Whiteside's goal is what separates the sides with a little over half a minute left. And Everton, it seems, will be denied that fabulous treble. And with it, of course, the league and cup double. Olsen, Hughes, just holding it up, Manchester United. What a brave performance it's been by them after the sending off of Kevin Moran in the second half of normal time. The last part of the second half and the whole of extra time they've been playing in energy-sapping conditions down to 10 men. But there's still a problem for them. We're now in time added on for injuries. The flag is up on this side. And an elbow by Sheedy as he went up gives Manchester United the free kick. Ron Atkinson is away off his bench. He's played about 4 games this afternoon, by the way. He's up and down, up and down. And he knows his side are a matter of a few seconds away now from a magnificent cup tie victory. They've won it! Manchester United have won it with Norman Whiteside's goal, and look at that. Well, it's been a tough old day for Kevin Moran, but that great hug from manager Ron Atkinson as he runs onto the field. Gets a handshake from Howard Kendall. Everton denied the treble by Norman Whiteside's goal as Ron Atkinson goes from man to man, hugging them all, because it's been a really tremendous battling performance by Manchester United against so many odds, and even a great hug there from Peter Reid. Well, you marvel in the way that Manchester United battled and finally won. You have sorrow for Everton, who were on the threshold of something quite fantastic, and then were denied. Poor Kevin Moran, a brave, brave smile from a man who feels like crying his eyes out, I would think. Man of the match could well be Paul McGrath, I would have thought, for me. An absolutely astounding performance at the back of the defence. Your man of the match?
Oh, terrific game, the big fella. I was saying today about him, you know, that he really is going to be an outstanding player in the First Division. But I must say that United thoroughly deserve to win the game, Brian. And to do it with 10 men, and to do it the way they did it, you know, I think is a tremendous performance. You have to feel sorry for Everton and Howard there, obviously. You know, the treble's gone and the great double in this country is gone, but still, you know, they've had a great season.
Is he trying to console Pat Vandenhauwe, who couldn't hold up Norman Whiteside, do you think?
Yeah, but I don't think the boy can blame himself for that. I mean, you've got to give credit to the attacking player there. It was marvellous skill to win the game.
Good picture there again, as manager tries to console Kevin Moran. Brian Robson's part in it again, absolutely considerable. So just as it was in 1983, it's going to be, well, look at that. That's a picture of defeat. Trevor Steven trying to pull it all together and wonder where it all went wrong, when suddenly it looked as though everything was going to go right. That's a nice touch as well from Ron Atkinson.
Well, the Everton boys won it last year. They've got a winner's medal already in the pocket. I mean, it is disappointing on the day, and nobody will feel more disappointed than Peter Reid there, who ran his legs off today.
So United are on their way up to get the cup again. The journey that Brian Robson made in 1983, he repeats again in 1985. To get the cup from His Royal Highness, the Duke of Kent, the President of the Football Association. Well, they've hurriedly put the red and white ribbons on that marvellous old cup. And it goes back to Old Trafford. Kevin Moran gets his winner's medal and a handshake from his chairman, Martin Edwards. Oh, what an afternoon of mixed emotions for that young man. Well, there seems to be an absence of medals for the winners there, unless somebody gathered the whole lot up for them, but they've all gone up and they've all had a handshake. But what is more important for all of them, they've come down with the FA Cup. As Everton make their long trek up there. And you have to say that these men in blue have done such a fabulous job for British football over the last season, and particularly in the last week in their winning of the Cup Winners' Cup in such style in Rotterdam. But here, even though they were facing a team down to 10 men, they just could not lift themselves enough to get the breakthrough that really mattered. Phil Carter, the Everton chairman there, Peter Reid and Derek Mountfield, Gary Stevens, who had a marvellous game, Trevor Stephen, the substitute, Alan Harper, Andy Gray, just the goal touch deserted him, and it deserted 30-goal Graham Sharp, Neville Southall, Paul Bracewell and Pat Van Den Haren. All Everton will want to do now is to get back to the sanctuary of the dressing room. On an occasion like this, Wembley is a place for winners, and the losers at this time feel a little bit like gate crushers. A superb climax to a game that, in honesty, never really quite reached the heights that we'd hoped for. Except, as I've said before, in the sheer drama of it all in extra time. You really wouldn't have put money on United at the start of extra time, Ian, would you?
Well, as I said, Brian, obviously the odds favoured Everton, but the tiredness did get to them. I mean, they just couldn't push their limbs to the effort needed to really dominate the game in that extra time. And Manchester United were always looking sharper. And as I said to you, it is sometimes very difficult to play against 10 men. Especially if they're 10 good men, and United certainly had 10 good men out there towards the end, and they used their attackers well, and Gordon Strachan, I thought, had a big influence, you know, in the last half hour of the match. Played very, very well. Mickey Brown delighted there, isn't he? Hey?
Mick Brown, who's Ron Atkinson's number 2. Ron, it's a marvellous way of celebrating a new 3-year contract, and notice that United are applauding Everton as they start their lap of honour. Away to the left of that Everton contingent that you can see there, about another 15 yards on, there must be 200 press photographers. If we go a little to our left, we'll see them. There they are. But sadly, those men in blue, who were the apple of everybody's eye last Wednesday night, they know the lenses are fixed not so much on them, but on the team in red that will shortly be starting their lap of honour. The goal by Norman Whiteside. A smile from Brian Robson and from Gary Bailey. The young man in the suit there, Graham Hogg, being given the cup for a moment by Gary Bailey. And here come United in front of their fans. The flags are waving and the shouting goes on. Means, of course, that Brian Robson, Trevor Stephen will be available to Bobby Robson to fly off to Finland tomorrow for that World Cup game on Wednesday. That's live on ITV, let me remember you, on Wednesday afternoon, let me remind you, Wednesday afternoon, Finland v England. And a glorious team picture from a team that put in a glorious effort, that in the end, thanks to Norman Whiteside's goal, was a winning effort. And what a contrast. But they're such a young side, Ian St John, that you get the feeling that their day will come and it'll come again.
Well, obviously they're so disappointed, but they're the champions of the First Division. You know, they've had a fabulous season, and you can see the disappointment in their faces, but they have nothing to reproach themselves about, Brian. They come out here, and it's very, very difficult. I don't care what anybody says, to pull off a treble. You know, and it gets more and more difficult as the season goes on. 60 games they've played. A Cup Winners' Cup final on the Wednesday before you come here, and then you're playing in the heat of Wembley. And that more than anything for me was a turning point in the whole match. The tiredness getting to the legs of the Everton players.
As you can see there now, boots are off, socks rolled down. Let's get back to the dressing room, they're saying. Let's pay our respects and our thanks to the men who've come down from Merseyside to cheer us on, and the women too. Well, we're hoping to be talking to some of these Everton and Manchester United players as United continue their lap of honour, having won the 1985 FA Cup final. We'll take a short break.
A very happy lineup here indeed, and the cup being handed right across to Norman Whiteside. Norman, the youngest FA Cup final goal scorer, but what a marvellous goal for you today as well.
Yes, it just came at the right time, and the last period of extra time, it's a nice time to get the goal, yeah.
I think you'll enjoy having a little look at it, and if it was ever right to ask a player to talk us through a goal, I think it's right at this moment, Norman. Off you go.
Well, I don't know what I was doing that far upfield, but Mark done great. This picture isn't moving, by the way. He done great, and I just brought it inside onto my left foot, and just seen the gap, really. And it just curled.
That was in every time, didn't it?
Curled in absolutely superbly, didn't it? But we can see it again, I think, from another angle, and Frank Stapleton, a striker who loves the art of goal scoring. I mean, Frank, he's curled this in brilliantly well, and bearing in mind he must have been fairly tired as well.
Yeah, well, look at it. There's only one place you're going to beat the keeper, because the fullbacks, you know, closed it out. It's a fantastic goal. Worthy of the cup final. Fantastic.
And a very impressive display from you as a centre-half, might I say.
I think that got me out of trouble. I got a bit of an injury in the first half. Kevin Ratcliffe just caught me, and I did my medial ligament. And I said to Jimmy McGregor at half-time, was very sorry. So we'll just have to go out and keep going. And when I got back into the middle, I didn't have to use it so much.
Well done, Frank. We must move across to Ron Atkinson and ask you, Ron, about the really controversial moment. Now, our experts have been very, very strong about it indeed. I wouldn't ask you to have a go at a referee, but you were obviously rather distressed when it happened, the sending off.
Yeah, well, the way I saw it, I didn't even think that Kevin made an attempt not to play the ball. I haven't seen it on this, so I don't know. But Kevin looks at me, he was 2v1 at the back. He looks at me as if he was closing in to try and win it. He looks here as if he realises he's got to win it. And that, to be fair, that happens a million times in a football game. The fella's just nicked it. It's gone over, OK, it is a foul, it stopped them from a good situation. But there's nobody in the world going to tell me that's a deliberate attempt to play the player, not the ball.
Well, here it comes. We've got Peter Reid has joined us now. Peter, your view of it?
I thought it just called me late, but there was no way it should have gone. I mean, it's an injustice. I mean, that does happen in games. I think it was just because he was the last man, but it was that close. I mean, it wasn't a blatant one. It was just that he was a wee bit late. And
Do you think he should have got sent off, Pete?
Oh, I've just said it. It was a bad decision in my opinion. Thought it was a wee bit unlucky. What can you say to that lad? I mean, it must be terrible. But there you go.
What about the view from the Everton camp, Peter?
Well, Manchester United got a great goal. Deserved to win it. Fair dues to them. All credit to them.
And Ron, I mean, a victory, but you must have been really proud of the fighting spirit in your team above all
The
else.
funny thing is, first half, I think we didn't play for half an hour, not the way we can play. Got it going just before half-time. Second half, I thought we're playing quite well, knocking the ball about. And I just said, I think they're going. Whether it's their efforts in midweek were tiring them, but I just got the impression they were starting to go. And then at that moment, Kevin Moran, who would handle their front players with Big Paul, would handle them magnificently. Who gets that against him?